Greetings to the crypto community. We are pseudo-anonymous. We are here to smash that like button. We believe this content needs to reach more people like you. We are watching. We are listening. Most importantly, we are liking and subscribing. We are pseudo-anonymous. Expect us.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. Lit check, been a minute, let me hit the homies in a group text. 10 years, same team, true vets. Got a couple trophies, but no chains on the neck. No. Got a couple Cardis, we don't flood with baguettes. It's a very small world, so my hand holds. Wake up, make the money, that's a man's role. Loyalty and love is what I stand for. Can't forget about trust, but first, please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for
Check 1 2 1 2.
singing like,
Check, check.
It's the weekend, we've been working. I'll be posted, fireside. Bring my boys in, bring your girls in. We'll be posted up all night. Limited edition, not the regular one. We shut down the city like when presidents come. I am not a rookie, I'm a veteran, bruh. Promise I'ma take it easy later on. Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? Just been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. And I'm singing like, SOS, please fill my cup.
Welcome everyone to the daytime version Crypto Charts with Road Dog. My name is Lane and I am your tour guide today. Taking a look at the market as the weekend is now upon us. Lower liquidity coming into the market. What that means for us basically is until retail starts coming in on the weekend, noticeably pushing prices up, we're kind of in limbo here. And we could take advantage of this, and we'll talk about that possibility. Because the next 2 weeks are starting to show signs that there may be some good things coming. So should we get prepared now? Got to talk about it. Right now, we just want to point you over here to this 4-letter word, DAWG, which will save you 10% off of a Tangem wallet. Whether you get version 1 or you get the new improved version 2 that gives you the option of having a seed phrase or not. Very secure wallets, easy to use. Do need an NFC enabled phone, but I've been loving it. So easy to use on DeFi, so simple to store my crypto, Caspa. A lot of them that A0's another one that it's hard to find wallets for to pull them off exchanges. You need those options right there. Love Tangem Wallet, can't say enough for it. It's been awesome. Also, good onboarding and off-ramping for your fiat. I do have to bring up, and I keep forgetting to do this, but right now you can do swaps through the apps on Tangem, as well as use my code to order the cards. Just go to the Tangem app on iOS or the App Store on Android. But right now, February 14th to 21, you can do swaps through the app without going to Uniswap, PancakeSwap, or wherever you go. They do it through Changely, and there's no service fees right now. So shout out to Tangem, changing the way that we look at wallets, making them more Web3 compliant all the time. Love my Tangem wallet. It's awesome. There are also other good wallets out there. The big thing is that you have one that you can get things off of your phone. What I like most about Tangem, I got to say, is that I feel very secure about in case I was ever SIM swapped. Gosh, something like that happened, because your hot wallets are toast, but your hardware wallets, Tangem, even like BitUnit or the SecuX wallets, the air gap wallets, you need to go with one. Keep your crypto safe. They are coming for your crypto. SIM cards, swaps. You got AI in the mix now, just to make it that much easier for them to separate you from your hard-earned funds, your life savings in crypto, your life-changing money. Gone like that if you don't make those preliminary steps. Checking out LivePeer. Oh, that made Daddy happy today. Daddy got another moon bag. Yesterday I was moonbagging BET as it went up. So in this part of the market, as Bitcoin is coming up, let's zoom out here to the weekly. If we can see it, let's go to a chart that I'm actually not marked up. Here we are on Bitcoin. This is the CME futures. This is the one that the big boys trade, right? Well, the one that they're all going for. Man, we have just made higher highs, breaking records. Look right over here. This dotted orange line, 47 47,800 right through there. Right around 48.5, I think, is where the top wick is. We've cleared that. This line here is now a resistance area. So we need to have this show up as support. I want to lay it right on the top of this wick right over here. And I'm going to color this little guy red, make him a thick, big line there, because we need to hold that area. If we break below this area, not a good sign. And we could drop all the way back down, to 32. Technically, it could happen. So keep that in mind. What are we looking at overall here? Well, we're zoomed out, and that's the best place to be, is to zoom out. And we kind of take everything in consideration. Got a solid trend line there. If we ever did break down, we would expect this trend line to catch us like arms catching a fallen baby in a fire. Well, that was disturbing visual, wasn't it? The beautiful thing about channels is when you keep things secret, simple, pull things out, you find that price actually travels in channel, and over time it will reveal itself. And what we've got is a break to the upside, a retest of that channel, and moving to the upside. Now, one interesting note that you can do is take a measure move from this channel. Measure moves are highly accurate. If you put that at the breakout, we've already met that measure move right up here to the actual price that we are right now. Now, one thing I do like to do is also take that measure move and put it at the retest to give me another target, which we did at 52, right at 53,000. We've already nailed those targets. So what does that mean? Well, one good thing about this is this rising channel is normally a bearish pattern, which should break to the downside and bring us back down to $12,000 and $10,000 like all the little bears were wanting, and they didn't get. Instead, we've seen institutional money just FOMOing in here. When you get a bullish breakout of a bearish pattern, they usually always result in a parabolic activity. What that means is that number go up hard and fast, a lot harder and faster than normal. That's what we're counting on. So even though we've kind of met both of our measured moves that we've taken from this channel, getting rejection at them, hey man, no problems. We already retested it. Chances of us coming back down here for a retest are less likely. Again, we want to stay above 48,800 in that area. It's kind of our key level to hold now. We don't want to see that break. If we do and come back down here, they could be working on something. We don't see that, but there's no signs of that right now. Right now, everything's looking good. I'm on the weekly time frame here. The weekly is ready to blast off. Now, I said over the next couple of weeks, things look really juicy in my thumbnail, and that's what I'm alluding to. What should we do this weekend to get ready for the next 2 weeks? Because it does appear that all signs that we're getting ready for a much bigger parabolic movement. Much like, if I have to come over to a different chart, what we've been following for, oh gosh, I don't know how many months. And it is playing out similarly, not going to say it's exactly like what we saw back in 2021, early 2021. If I had to guesstimate, we are somewhere, honestly, I think we're somewhere right here. Although we're doing some things like what we did up here. In the overall scheme of things, I think we're just getting started, to be honest with you. Trying not to be too moon boyish. It will definitely have some scary drops and everything, so get ready for that. You can have up to 30% pullbacks in Bitcoin, and that just wreaks all kinds of havoc on your altcoins. But since we've maintained and got above this line, man, our next area is to test 58,000 and then eventually start breaking some all-time highs, 64, 65. It sounds crazy being this soon into the market. All this last time happened after the halving, and we're not even there yet. Think about that for a moment. Bitcoin halving keeps varying over here. It was April, it was on 420, woo! And now it's extending just a little bit. So we got about 70 days somewhere. We got, somewhere between 2.5 months to the actual halving. And generally, I mean, things can go a little bit sideways, but generally things are still going up. As that supply crunch starts making itself apparent, it's really not felt for months after. With all the demand, we'll probably feel that crunch a lot sooner. Therefore, seeing a big spike up coming here, over these next 3-4 months, man, out of Bitcoin, just propelling us up. But right now it's looking good. But we are on the weekend, lackluster activity, and that's where we need to take advantage because altcoins also getting a nice boost up, but we are facing some rejection. Now, she could get extremely bullish, break up there, go parabolic and all that, but let's be realistic. We got to see that happen. Right now, she's getting rejected up here like she normally should, meaning, hey man, altcoins may take a hit this weekend. Maybe. And we also need to check out Tether dominance down here, and you can see that we were scalloping up, and it looked like we got to break out of this pattern, which is bullish, but we didn't get much higher. We found resistance and dropped down. Well, now we made a lower low, which is cool, but over this weekend, it's starting to look like we're starting to come back up to retest those areas. So if more money comes into Tether, that means people are going to be selling off of altcoins, taking some profits, which I recommend. It's what I'm doing. Maybe let me explain it this way. A few months ago, my portfolios came back up to these levels, took a little profit. We had to ride all that painful back down for about another month, and I'm sitting there, and I know a lot of you got to be sitting there. You probably felt this. Man, I wish I'd taken more profits. Well, you got to practice. It sounds crazy, but you got to practice at it, or else you're just going to sit there and watch the roller coaster go up and down. So peeling off profits. One that I did today was LivePeer, LPT. Let's get into it. LivePeer. We got over here on the Binance chart. Look at the day LivePeer had. We've got a target set up here. We've had a trade going in on this little guy for a minute. I know, with 200% gains, it's got a big old target. I'm saying if you're going to shoot for it, go for the big ones. But we did give these targets on the ways, come down to the smaller time frames, so they make a little bit more sense. Now, since I put this idea out there, I cannot tell. I do honestly, I don't remember when I did this, so it's unfair for me to say, it's doing beautiful. Because if you followed my exact things, well, this one possibly, if it was over here, could have got stopped out. I really honestly don't know. But the whole gist of this move, extremely valid. Let's move this little guy to the side there. I still like the setup. We're keeping him. Overall, I mean, if you got stopped out, let me give you an idea how to approach this. If you're doing spot, not so much worried about these stop losses. Not so much, especially at this point in the market, we're in accumulation, not so much worried about it. What I do during these times, when I'm building a spot position in something and I've got a trade set up, I'm layering in smaller orders, bigger orders, bigger orders, bigger orders, bigger orders. It wicks down like a candle, like you're making a candle, soaks them up, and then gives me an average entry price somewhere in the middle, and we ride that up. That's how I build my spot positions. A little bit on leverage. If you use low leverage, that can work. High leverage, it's, yeah, you're playing with liquidation. There's ways to do it. It's risky though. It can go against you with leverage. But on spot, layering in, that's what the whales do. That's all they did all through here. Layer in positions, just waiting for them to get filled. And then they make the big money, the smart money. So that's the situation for that. Now, when you're being explained all this stuff and you're thinking it's all absolutes, right? Well, I must sell, put my stop loss here. But you got some leniencies. You got some ways you can finesse this. And hopefully we can get to talk about these and have conversations about these on this channel. But look at this gorgeous breakout. Going from breaking out all the way up to the high, man, it doubled. It went 115%. So it would have been possible to actually get a free and clear trade here, a moon mag, if you will. Say if you put $100 in, reaches a target of somewhere around 100% gains, you pull that $100 out, now you got a free, risk-free bag of whatever asset that you're in. And at this point in the game, that's been my main strategy. And so today I was finally able to moonbag my LPT. It's been hard to do moonbags, man. It's been hard, but now we're getting the season where they're starting to take off. Finally, man. I'm excited. So shout out to people that are in, have been. LPT, we have covered it here on the channel. Perfectly came up to the 618 Fibonacci, getting a little resistance there. I do have another target up at 1567. Might possibly get hit. That's both a measure move and looks like it's confluence with another higher Fibonacci area. However, if you missed this one and you're trying to get in, like say on this weekend when I do anticipate that, altcoins will get a pullback because there's no retail here to really support the prices, it could easily come back and retest this trend line. It's got like a 62% chance to do that just off the top of my head. And that's worth thinking about. What if we come down to around 878? Sounds crazy until that one day when, it happens. At worst, it may just come down and retest this top here. That's one area, but not the greatest. But if you're trying to layer in, like I do during this part of the market, now if we're in full-blown markup where we're just, higher highs and higher lows, we're probably talking about more of a buy the dip strategy. But right now, we got some tricks at our disposal which can help us out. Because this one's still overall in just a mass accumulation. This one's not seen its possibilities yet. I still got a target up here at $26, and by my reasoning, by the way that I analyze, well, that will be a much higher accumulation. Or once we get above there, it can really make some gains. Remember, this guy got up to $100, so it's sitting $10 or less. Not bad. Live pair, another one that's hot right now. Gotta watch for some moonbag options. PAL AI, PAAL. Got this on the daily chart here. Kind of a wild little chart. And what they're doing, it looks weird. How can you chart that? Not as easy. Several ways though. You always zoom out and go with your first trend line, see what we got. See, we got a possibility of getting resistance here unless we do something really bullish. So it's a good sign we can definitely get rejected where we are now. First thing I do, follow those original trend lines. Now we update it. Here was another one. Could that be a bear trap? It could be if you look at it that way. It could. But now we got this. So now we got two official touches there. We're going to try to identify the channel that we're in. Bring it up here, I'll say, where we got more touches than not. Also telling us that, hey man, this area right up here, kind of toppy top area. Another sign that there may be a pullback coming. If there is, we would expect it to come either to the middle or to the bottom of this channel. Coming to the middle will be a partial decline, which could signal some further upward action. We like that idea. Coming to the bottom would just be the natural with a stronger possibility to break to the downside. However, we're not seeing that much this time in the market. Leaning to the assumption that if this plays out like a lot of the others, we could be doing something and get a bullish breakout to the upside, which could go parabolic over time. So just saying that for PAL AI. We identified the channel here. Let's also look at what we've got. Well, that's a wedge. Well, yeah, you can look at it that way too. You've got a measured move you can take from that little guy. Put there, give you another target right up there in those areas. See, you can get lots of little targets, lots of happy little targets. Just paint them right on your chart. Happy little targets make happy little profits. And we like profits. Profits is the name of the game. But at this point in the market, I like the moonbag strategy. Just taking out my capital, not worried about killing the market. I just want to get all that money I put in, get that back out. I can live off of that. I can put that in other things, put it to the side and wait for those big old drops that we're going to get and employ some other strategies. Right now, we got rising price with rising volume. Now that's important. That means this move is for real. This is good. We like that out of PAL AI. So here's another interesting thing. We got this. I'm going to do this other little thing, this little Fibonacci trick. Swing low to swing high. See, we came back to the 618 area. I'm going to pull that whole move. Plot it right down here on this 618er, and it should take me right up here to this little guy, 39.7. Now for me, that's just identified the target that I want to put the most weight on. About 39.5 cents for this AB equals CD. That's what this particular move is called. And when it completes that, it's actually bearish, meaning that right here, man, it should get a much bigger rejection playing this little guy out. And that's actually what I'm looking for. About 39.5 cents to come from 25. Not bad. Although a pullback, if it does come back to about 19 or 20, even more, if it does that, that would be the bee's knees. That would give you moonbag possibility right there, 100% return. Should it do that? From where we are right now, though, yeah, not the best time to get in on anything when it's up at the highs. 57 possible % return, but if you were to FOMO in now, it's, oh, a Road Dogg said, yeah, you could also be taking a big 30% drop. I mean, you put $1,000 in this because Road Dogg had it on there. Road Dogg tell you, hey man, it could come down to 17, 18 cents. And it does. Well, you only got like $700 in that trade. It would have been better just to have put $700 in here. Patience is the key. That's why we use the smaller time frames. And she ain't saying she's ready to bump down yet. It does give us a sign there, about 20 cents would be an area to retest there. 21 moving average. I'm on the 4 hour, and this is where you can kind of finesse what you learn on the bigger time frames. And it's suggesting that if we do get a pullback, nice little juicy area to look and get in is 20 cents. I thought you said 18, possibly on the bigger time frame, possibly. Smaller time frame spelling it out for us. It does still say that over here, about 15 cents on with the 200 moving average. Bigger time frames, use the smaller ones to nail it. And once we got down here, like if that happened, we started coming down these areas, I'd start looking at the 1 hour and the 15 and trying to nail in what I see there. Basically, this is a line in the sand. Gives us a little bit of confidence about this 20 cent area. Being a possibility, but looky here. Looky here. We broke to the upside of what? A bearish thing, meaning parabolic activity. Road Dogg, you keep changing things. I'm just telling you what I see, man. She maybe tried to do something really bullish right here. That's what we're looking for. If you do see a breakout, let's go back to the bigger time frames. Our original thesis here, man. But see, it's done it before and wick back in, so that's why we got to be cautious. But if you overall do see it actually do a breakout here, it seems a little early to me. I would think it would try one more time, just to be honest with you. But if it happens, oh baby, it's on. We headed like a 45, 48, 50 cents on up. It's going to go crazy. Those are the great moves to be in on to catch on a confirmed bounce retest. But we're not there yet. Don't jump ahead, man. Don't. I worry about you guys, man. I remember what it's like. It's like, oh my God, it could happen. I don't got to buy now because I'll forget to buy it. Yeah, don't. Be patient. Especially on the weekends, baby. Especially on the weekends. Gotta check out Doc. The Docarinis. Look at Doc. We looked at this one. Been following this one for a little while, and Joe from Trade and Intuition was on one of the live streams and also mentioned that, and we brought it back to our awareness. Also, I don't know if I would have been looking at it again if he hadn't done that, so shout out to Joe for that. Look, double bottom scenario, it is officially confirmed. Measure move for that is 5.3 cents. We got a little pullback right now. Where are we at? 3.8 cents right now? It may come back to 0.033. If it does, and you're not in it and wanted to be in it, that would be an excellent place to put some orders and see if they get hit. Going up to our target, that's a 57% gain, and it may not stop there. We also have this level over here to the lefty left. This little wick over here, this little support resistance area over here. Let's go ahead and just mark that with a horizontal line. It is not a fib, but it is a rejection area. That's at 59 cents, and you know, that should be where we start heading, but our measure move takes us to 52. Definitely can go higher. And then maybe a pullback, flagging out something, like a little bit of accumulation before trying to tackle, you know, the higher areas around 10 cents. Doc looking interesting. Nice gains there. What would we been looking at for Doc? 62% gains to get up there. So there is a possible trade, but you got to trade it carefully, and you definitely got to make sure you're bouncing off of this area to get in. and price is wicked up there. It can easily wick back in, but you got to see some candles bodies open over here. You haven't seen candles open, and once you get that, that's your sign to do it. I need to send a trade setup over to the Telegram group, but this one is, it can work out, but it's a higher risk trade, and I just don't feel comfortable putting this out. It's like buy high, sell higher. So you're kind of breaking a fundamental rule on this one, but really you're buying the retest. You're not just jumping to you're waiting for that confirmation before you get into a situation like this. Confirmed double bottom. It can come up here and flag out, even range for a minute before taking off. Those are the opportunities you want to look for if you're trying to make a play on this type, either this asset or one that's doing this type of thing right now. She's got to confirm she's getting out of accumulation. Once that's confirmed, maybe it's good to go. This one could do some damage. Might want to put it on your radar. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Dave P. How's it going, Dave? What's up, Dave? Not a member. Sarah Woods. Hey, how's it going, Sarah? Sarah. Sarah is also a great song by Hall & Oates. Sarah Smiles. Are you not on here? Yeah, there we go. We got to get a little eye candy going on here. Just because. So we got the astronaut for the Moon Boys, and we got a dude for our ladies. Not a member's in the house. How's it going, man? It's only fair, guys. I mean, we show this kind of stuff all the time. I'm just saying. All right, we'll keep it even. We got to kill the astronaut. Can't have too much excitement on this channel. You cannot. It's distracting. We're here to look at charts. What kind of channel do you think I am, anyway? So Doc's got a nice pullback. It got up to what, 4.8? Pull back to 3.8. Woo! So here's an example of Dow theory, Charles Dow, where he says a big impulse move. That means like a big, nice, strong move. Like that big candle right here, where we on the 36-minute. Man, it kind of nailed it. Great. Pull back about 50% of the way. So you pull a Fibonacci from that candle bottom to that candle top. There's the 50 cents. She actually went a little bit more to the 618, which is also another one. But the first rule of thumb is the 50%, because that's Charles Dow's. Dow Jones, I mean, he knows what he's talking about. When people listened to him before E.F. Hutton came around. Remember when E.F. Hutton talks, everybody listens? Whatever. But also, it bounced off the 618, also a good sign. Seeing that gives me the possibility that this little area right up here, I'm just not even going to draw the line. I'm just going to use my cheat fibs. And we already had a target up there anyway. About 50, was it 5.4, 5.5 cents? That area could be hit on this. We get a bounce off this area. It doesn't mean it's going to bounce here. It did lose the 9 moving average on whatever time frame it is. So it still could be coming down. But if it does bounce, 54 cents, 5.5 cents could be in order from 38 cents. What does that look like? 44%. So she's hot. She's moving. She made a nice move today. $3.3 would be great. Our time frame says it could be possible. If you're patient. Bob Dylan and Fleetwood. Ooh, there we go. I like the way you think. A little Stevie Nicks just makes the world a better place. Oh, I keep forgetting to do this. So if you guys got TradingView, I need to put that link in my description. I'm not sure if it's still there. Everybody needs TradingView, even the free account or whatever. You can do paper trading over there. Am I down? Did you go down? Did all these 40,000? Oh man. So you can do paper trade and trade. You don't actually have to set up an account or anything. You just paper trade. It's very easy. It's like right now, like if I want to buy more Bitcoin, like where we are now, it lets you practice, but you're not losing money. I just right click and I go to trade and I like buy 1 Bitcoin. Put my trade in and there we go. But here we go. You start out with $100,000, man, and I lost like 3,000. I felt like crap. But now my account's worth like 315,000. I figure it's probably a good time to take a little profit right now. So I need to go over to that chart, and I need to take some profit. So I need to sell. I don't know. I want to sell 2 Bitcoin. I know, but you got to pay yourself, right? You got to solidify this, because right now it's unrealized gains, and I'm up $218,000 on this account. I need to kind of pull some of that in. Yeah, I am paper worthless trade money rich right here on this account. Pretty awesome. It's a nice tool that you can use if you're a little timid about this and maybe using real money or whatever. It can help you out. If you do want to use real money, I'd invite you to take the $100 to $1,000 challenge that I have. For me, it's $100 to $10,000, which I've got over on Big Unix, and so far so good. Got my stop losses in place, and so I can't lose this trade. Make sure. Sometimes I have to keep checking up on my stop losses, make sure that you're there, right? I like to check and make sure that they're there. Yeah, got a stop loss. Where are you stopping? 51,228. So we're getting close, and it's just stopping out, not all of me, but a portion. And I got a reason for doing that, because my entry's at 49.5, which is way down here. If I get stopped out, I still got a little bit in this trade. So if price comes down this weekend, and it probably won't come down to where I entered in, or even if it does, it can still help me build a better position. Does that make sense? I'm still keeping a little bit in there, so if I have to get back in at a higher price, it can actually pull me down a little bit lower, meaning I can get profit sooner. And yeah, I think it really takes watching some live trading to actually see these ideas play out, to see if they're viable for you and things like that. So I'm trying to do a little bit more of that, so we can kind of have conversations about those ideas. But so far, now I wrecked this one over here. I got this down to like $28 from $5. I lost a lot, and now I put it up from I don't know, it's $30 or less, up to it's $172 now. So, however, it's worth showing how easy it was to lose that. But I took $100 to 1,000, divided to equal 500 in spot, 500 in futures. The spot's been holding and even gaining some. So, oh look, we had some sell orders hit, so I'm collecting some stable coin now. So I've got my limit order set on all these for trade setups, and I'm just letting it ride, and it just adds up for stable coin, and that's what I'm doing. I've got another 100 to 1,000 challenge. It's doing well too. I just don't want to bore you guys showing you the same things over and over. I'm not sure how you guys are reacting to that. And I said, so I don't care about your little $100 trade. But my take on it is, if you take $100 on futures and at least double it 3 times, you're on the right track. To do 100 to 1,000 3 times kind of solidifies, hey man, you're proving to yourself, yeah, I'm working out a system. It's starting to work for me. Yeah, I'm coming into play. Because it's not a magic bullet of what to do. You're training yourself, going over all the little stuff in your head that tells you bad stuff and makes you do stupid stuff. You have to figure this out on your own, man. Even if you join a group and everything, I mean, you got to work through this whole process. It's all on you. You just giving them your hard-earned money to say, "Attaboy, keep trying. $100, please. Attaboy, just keep trying." That's another $100, or so that seems. All right, so it is 3:34. I've been on here since 3 o'clock. Try not to let the stream go over past an hour. If you got anything you want me to take a look at, throw it in the chat. I did have a request to look over a new coin, but called CIAS. But there's just not enough information on it to chart. Might be one to put on your radar. Oh, we got you on here now. Wasn't on there earlier. All right, let's look at it. CIAS. So new, we don't even have a total supply and all the information out here. Very new. Know nothing about it. Other than it's tied to one of the new chains, right? Let's check out the website. Just take a little look at it. We're thrilled to announce the listing of CIAS on MexC Exchange. Final listing date will be announced later. Cool. Okay, so they just got listed there. That's probably why we're showing up now. I'm not getting nothing here for me yet. Telegram, Twitter, Discord, always good places to do your deep dives and find out a bit more about things. But I'll just need to have a little bit more information to chart this little guy. So unfortunately, I can't do much about that right now. AGIX showing a little positivity lately. 38 cents. It did pop up to 42, target that I had. I'm a little miffed because I'm planning on taking some profits up there, but I didn't have anything moved and set up. I didn't have any limit orders set there. And that was truly one of those instances where you'd have to already have your limit order set for that target to actually do you any good, because we got rejected there. It's a yellow one, so that's a 618 fib, indicating, yeah, we should get rejected. It's also at the top of a channel, a trend line of a channel. So yeah, so I'm expecting us to fall back 36, maybe even down to 31 on AGIX, even down to the bottom of this trend line, which would suck. I don't know that we're going to get that bullish to the breakout to the upside, but if we do, I will be taking profits on this little guy as she comes up to 58 cents, 55 cents in those areas. Because I'm, you know, a moonbag part of it. I just got to moonbag the rest of this. And then I'll let this little laggard just do whatever it does and not have to worry about it. She's been great as long as you focused on, you know, getting in at the 5 cent area or below 10 cents. It's been great. But after she had that run up to what, 58, it's been lackluster, man. If you've been expecting it to do something really big, you've waited a good year just sitting here going, la la la, watching this bag. And she may do marvelous stuff. I don't know. But just keep in mind, as wonderful this is as an AI coin, I mean, it's really just, from what I can tell, just a launch pad, a market for AI services, which will be valuable, but different from, you know, being like some kind of useful layer one or something. It's an Amazon. It's a store, to speak. Is not part of Sophia. I mean, you got Sophia the robot out there making it look good, but you know, Sophia's not part of this token. Caspa. Still waiting for her to hit that 15.4 cents. What's wrong with you, Caspa? Come on. Looks like she's going to blast through it, just to be honest with you. She's flagging out here and she can. That's the recent high, and it's got to get there. Makes an excellent target, but just no. May not be the end all be all. We got some areas around 17 cents there. I'm ideally looking around 21, almost 22 cents. It's just taking it a while. She got to break out of the channel. Looks like we're meeting our measure move there is about for that channel. And pretty much, you know, comes right back up here. Hadn't got there yet, but it's flagging out. This is actually a nice sign. She can still drop. If she does, I recommend getting you some. Caspa, I think, will do some good things. I've got one miner that I got set up, and I was so impressed with it. I just had to go get another one, even though it's recommended if you're going to get into Caspa mining, you know, try to go with the bigger ones. Be more cost effective, but gosh darn it, I'm not ready to put in $6,000 to $10,000 for a mining machine when I can get one for like $389. That's kind of fun to play with. I'm at the hobby stage again. NJ. $34 today. Looking at this megaphone pattern, right angled, descending, rotting pattern, which has ironically a 64% chance to break to the upside. Sounds crazy, right? Looks like it's, you know, doing a partial decline here at around the 31 cent area. It can follow this trend line, looking for a breakout above it with some volume, which would give you a clue that maybe we're ready to come back up here to this area where we have this. Maybe fall back down. Could see something like this, doing a, some type of head and shouldery type pattern to the upside. I'm overall looking, I got a target here at the top of the trend line for one, about $47. Got another Fibonacci level up here, 49.66. We got a measure move for this pattern once it gets a breakout. Using Thomas Bukowski's on measure moves technique with his multiplier. Takes us up to, it's not that complicated, it's not. That just means that if you take the big move, there's a chance it may not make that whole move. Let me give you a number how you can shorten it and be a little bit more accurate, is what that means. That's at $55, and there's also one at $60 for the full extent of that measure move. Basically, I'm just saying with INJ, with a little patience, numbers should go up. And from where we are now to where I want to see us go, it's about another 56% to the upside to 55. Possibly 71% up to 60 should we get that lucky. Eventually we will, because we'll be breaking out this bigger trend line, which is a bigger channel, which a bigger measure move could take us to $86. I know it's crazy until that one day you're like, man, I wish I'd bought more INJ. I know what you're saying, because when it was like $3.50 up to $5, I was thinking the same thing, man. I should just wait till it goes back to $1.50. It never did. Never did. I'm very fortunate to have gotten in when I did at the $3, and I felt like I was buying at the top. $3.50, $4. Felt horrible. Until that one day, I felt like a genius. No, I just felt very gracious to have not missed that one, because I almost did. Cosmos Atom. One thing you don't want to ignore, especially that whole ecosystem. It's the most rewarding ecosystem I've ever been involved with. I can't stress it enough. Got to zoom out to check this little guy out. But this trend line right here, about $6.25, bouncing off of there, holding that nice. What we got going on here is different ways you can look at this. Just taking your trend lines and doing that, see that we can possibly get a breakout. What could be, considered a descending triangle. Just take that little measure move. They basically kind of bring you up back to the topish area, depending on where they break out. We're kind of guesstimating because we don't have a confirmed breakout. We need to see some volume come in and some numbers go up. And there could be a good chance to reach this $21 area here for that measure move. I like that. I like measure moves that take me up higher. That's cool. What else can we have going on here? Well, we've got this little spike down, and it may be trying to make a possible Adam and Eve. Whether it's an Adam and Eve or an Adam and Steve, I don't know, don't care. As long as it makes this double bottom, makes this neckline or a belt line, which would make more sense to call it, my personal opinion, if we're talking about bottoms, but that's just me and my semantics. If it gets up above 16.72, that confirmed that would give you a much nicer measure move. Quite possibly up to these little areas. $26, around 80 cents. Pretty nice. I likes it. Of course, we are on the weekly time frame. We're looking for the big picture, the big gains right there. I mean, if we get a breakout with volume, you could buy the breakout, 61% gains just to get the $16, 109% gains to get to 21. Pull all your capital out, let this little guy run, stake it, do whatever, get all the yummy airdrops. You ain't losing no money. You already got your money back. 158% up here at $26.70. Good place to take those moonbag profits, peel off a little bit and enjoy it. And just wait for Adam to hit much bigger numbers. And it got up to $44 last cycle. That ecosystem has grown so much since then. It's just crazy. Will it go higher? Will it double? Will it triple from that? Don't know. Got to see. Nice one, but I will point out this. She wants to go up on the weekly, man. All the signs are pointing to the upside. Got this nice little juicy green dot right there on the BMC Market Cipher clone. Free over on TradingView for you guys that didn't know. Stochastic set to the upside. And look, we got duck lips. Duck lips happening over here is what I call it. Because it looks like a little duck with duck lips. Hi, I'm a duck. Aflac. With lips. So instead of crossing, is that a horizontal line? Instead of crossing, we're flipping to the upside. Flipping chicken. I mean, we're about to get more bullish. I got more volume coming in here on the weekly. This should be a breakout coming. We're in the middle of a red cloud. It likes to push us to the upside. Adam looks like she's getting ready to do something on the weekly. This one's actually worth putting out as a trade. Let us do that, shall we? Can put a stop loss underneath these wicks over here. That's not bad. It's 14%. And remember, it like spot building on spot. Now, this is more, if you're leverage trading, you definitely want to use stop losses and use this tool. If you're building a spot position, like I said earlier, what I do is just layer in, maybe just hit bigger orders as we go down. Let it dip its wick in there and fill up those and take me to the upside. It works best for me. Your mileage may vary, but I'm just telling you what I do. For my spot positions. And sometimes low leverage. Gives us a nice risk reward ratio up to that target $21. I know it sounds crazy. But I mean, if you just take it up to 16, that's almost a 4-to-1. That's still good. Even with a 16% stop loss, that's pretty good. Personally, I think that stop loss is kind of big, and especially if you're using leverage, you'd probably want to tone that down, but that is the safest one to go with. And if it breaks that, the straight's over, it's coming to the downside, because why would it make a lower low and continue higher? Breaks the rules. She doesn't do it. You're looking for a breakout, a possible retest, jump in. You're on the bigger time frame on the weekly, so you could like come down to the 4 hour to nail this guy. Or at least come down to the 4 hour to make a roadmap saying, oh, we can come down here to 969. Well, let's watch you on the 15-minute now and see if you get down there. That kind of thing. Just saying. Everybody's at different levels in this game, and I'm trying to throw something out there that's useful for, I don't know, all you guys. Some of you may already know this stuff at old hat, and some of you, it's the first time you ever heard it, saying, oh my God, that could change my life. And that's what I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to find you guys. Smaller time frame, you can also look at this little guy as, you know, a flag with a break, a little bit of volume. That could work. Okay, you can look at it that way. You could say, well, I don't know, I'm not concerned. I'm going to play this out with a trend line because you do have a rejection top. It gives you more information. That's still valid too, that idea. You could do this. Ideally, I'd put it there for a flag. Tells you about 1497. Put it here to the breakout. If there is a breakout, we're assuming. Takes us right back up to our other targets. A little bit of confidence there. 1672, I think, is a good target. I'm just saying. Well, if you're looking short term, I like that one. That from here would be 62% gains. To throw in $100, you get out 164. Throw in 1,000, you get out 1,600. Do it on leverage, then you risk losing your balls or losing your life, losing it all, or making a lot more. You don't have to do leverage. Altcoins have their own leverage effect. That's what makes crypto so beautiful. Most of the people that made their life-changing money did it through spot. They did it through holding, longer term, longer trades, longer holds. Just being honest. Don't buy into the hype that you need to be some kind of genius day trader to make it in this market. You do not. You play the long game. Even DCA strategy, don't know anything about this thing, crypto thing. Every week, put a little into it. Mondays are good days because the markets usually drop on Mondays to make adjustments. Until that one day, it's going to flip. Dollar cost averaging right now. Your best projects, especially Bitcoin. Don't forget Bitcoin. It is going to be hard for you to mess it up at this point in the market. I'm just honest if you do that strategy. If you're brand new, don't know anything. Just a little in every week. Check out ICP. ICP. She's doing good. $13.08. Remember, this guy was down to areas that nobody wanted to touch it. Oh God, I can't believe you're even talking about that coin. How could you? Oh yeah, it's like down $4 and everything. Yeah, now she's not. Until that one day, you already had the buy signal here on the 3-day chart saying buy the dip. It came down to 961. That was the juicy place to get in. We had a trade set up. Looks like it was over here, so that one's still not hit the target up here at $17. But from those levels, it is up a nice 50%. Even got up, as high as 83%. Let's clear this guy out. It's been a while since we looked at him. See what we got going on with the new information. ICP, swing high to swing low. This was our accumulation zone that we got out of. I like to mark that little guy. Always a chance to come back there and test it if things start going sour in the market. So bounced off the 618 like it should. That's why we use that one as a target when we break out of here. Yeah, I could go through all these little guys, but why not go for the big one that counts? That's why you see me target that one quite readily. That's at 1545. Ooh, I like that one. $36 looks dang juicy. Don't want to leave that target off here since I've got this fib pulled up. Wow, $36 out of ICP, that's just nonsense. Is it? Now we got swing low, we got a 618 fib, so we got a high. It tells us that, if we get a pullback, 811, and even where it tested down here, that 50%, it's already done that. Now that might be the bounce. It may not be coming any lower than that. It may have already, this was my low right here. I've retested. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Could be in play there. You didn't draw a line. Draw them lines. So those two areas could be some buy areas. Just places to put limit orders to see if they hit. I'm on the 3-day chart. I'm on the bigger chart here. We got this little idea, that trend line. I'm going to copy him and put him up here and see if we got confluence. Oh, look at that. Top of this wick, bottom of these, or top of this candle, bottom of those candles. Ooh, that's juicy. What does that say? That says if we broke to the upside of this channel, it's already met that measured move. How beautiful is that? Is that confluence or what, huh? It's all some kind of a weird math, which luckily it doesn't involve calculating numbers because I suck at that math. But the spatial math, I don't know. It's a lot easier for me. So we got a possibility by our rules when we get a breakout of a bearish pattern, which this rising channel is because it's rising, that we could go parabolic. Parabolico. Parabolico. Which in a nutshell just kind of means that my $36 targets doesn't sound that crazy. However, this area right over here, 23, previous support, previous resistance, great little target. Might want to front run it just a little bit. $23. That's where I'm looking at for it to go to now. Bouncing here, going up there is about 78% gains. That's not bad. As long as she doesn't break back into the channel, we're good. And we got bullish divergence. For real? On the 3-day chart? underneath here. So what's going on? Price candle bodies to candle bodies. We're going up and to the right from underneath. That's how we do bullish divergence, is measuring underneath. If we want to see if it's going to lift price up, we need to go under so we can see what's lifting. Does that make sense? Make it easier? Going underneath lift. We want bullish lifts. You got to have some kind of mnemonic way to kind of keep this stuff straight in your head. And I know bullish divergences trip everybody up. It even took one professional pro crypto trader 15 years to figure it out himself. So now we're rising up here. Well, that is not. Where will we see that? Because when I just saw some divergence, that's what I'm checking for. Oh, right. Not from down here. I went too far. We're looking at this area, right? From here to there. So what you can do, just to kind of mark it off if you get confused, vertical line, and that way when you pull up your indicator, you know you're looking at the right seat. From there, from these areas, it's coming down. That's our divergence. It diverges, does something different. This is going up and to the right from those same points. This is going down to the left on the other side, which is one of the coolest little secrets that you can figure out. One of the coolest little things that let you know that, maybe this ain't getting ready to move. She's going to take off. I'm putting this one out. It's a buy high, sell higher trade. I know it's crazy, but I actually see something in this. I kind of like, what is this? I've already got ICP. But I don't have a limit order at 23. ICP is another one I'm moonbagging, and we're getting so in some juicy territories. I'm waiting on this one because I thought I had a much bigger position in this than I do. And so when I look back at my position, I was like, oh, really? So I'm waiting for a higher target to pull my capital out so I can have a bigger bag to peel off of as this goes. So I'm already in this. I'm just waiting for better chances, hopefully up here. To pull my capital out of that one, because man, she's been in accumulation for so long. Good to see her doing some stuff and making a move. Let's do this as a trade setup. It is, you know, a little higher risk, but it's got the sign saying this one could stick. So I think it's worth going for because you can put a tight stop loss. And so even if you're doing leverage and stuff, because your stop loss would go underneath, well, we're on the 3-day, going underneath the 9 moving average is good. And it's also underneath this trend line. If it were to drop down straight down right now, but put stop around 11.99, something like that. It's about 10% stop loss. Should be safe, because if we break this trend line again, there's a good chance it's not going to work out. Break that 9 moving average, good chance it's not going to work out. The cool thing is we got duck lips going on here with their 9 and 21. I really need that graphic, duck lip graphic. So I think the odds are really good on this one. So going to that target gives us what, a 8-to-1 risk reward ratio. So like that, I know you can definitely peel off profit on the way, but my main target that I'm shooting for, that's awesome. 74% gains for that. I like what I'm seeing. I do. Not that you have to do it or anything, and not that I'm going to do it because I'm already in it. So, you know, but it does, it looks like she's going to do something strong. I hope I'm right. Hope people make some money with it. I like the moving averages across this. Listen, I need to circle that too, Donna. Right here is the 50 crossing the 200. That is your official buy signal here on the 3-day. And when that crosses, that means, hey, it's time to buy. And I explained it like, it's time to buy the next dip, which it did at 927. All right. What did you just do? What did you do? You screwed it all up. All right, I need to copy this link. Pull up our Telegram group over here. Oh, These are some trades that I've recently taken profit in. Most of them over in Paradise, and they've had them out there for a while. The biggest thing that enabled me to get these gains is to leave this stuff alone and let it ride. It's only copy trading, which I don't like, and I'm trying to get out of it, but I'm getting out of it in profit, baby. After losing a lot. From arbiter trading, it's just set up that way. I don't like it. But anyway, turning that around. Let's go to trade setups. Okay, we look at Ray USD on the daily and weekly, and Nano USDT on the daily. I've got enough time that I can do that now. Provided that I don't have any other, well, fair is fair. That's the first ones I saw. All right, so we got ICP. $sign ICP. Put a little information here. 3-day chart. If you play this, you are looking for a stop loss. Because if that breaks, you're looking for a stop loss below the non-moving average on this particular time frame. If that breaks, this trade is over. If it holds, well, we got 74% gains. Are very possible. I would love to put more details in there, but if I'm doing this from a live stream, you can understand why I don't, because you guys, I don't give a crap about ICP. I'm switching over. I'm watching BitBoy. All right, let's come over and check with the chat. Dave, hey, Crypto Rich. Hey, Crypto Rich. How's it going? And Sam's here. Got Seb. I touched it. ICP, says Sarah. All right, so cool. All right, let me jump back over those requests over in the Telegram group. So that's what I do. I'm on Twitter too, and I take coin request over there. I don't know. This seems, or X, Twitter X seems the thing to do. I don't do much over there. Post. I'm not a big Twitter poster. I'll put it that way. It's hard enough keeping up with YouTube's live streams, much less trying to do any kind of videos on the side. All right, so we had a request for what? Ray against Tether and Nano. Okay, let's do that. Nano, that's an old school one. I like it. Nano was quick. It is one of the quickest chains out there, and it just never got any love. All right, so Ray, check out Ray. Radium, I'm leaning toward MexC on my charts here. Zooming out on Radium on the weekly, man. So we just got out of accumulation, flagging above it. We can go ahead and spell it out here. Pull a fib. The amazing 236 will spell it out for us right there. And just immediately, here are your most likely targets. Short term. Longer term's a different story, my man. Longer term would involve this area up here around $4.84. And possibly, actually, more likely to come up here and kind of flag out between 244 and 302, and might get into a range there and just a little higher, maybe up to 371. There is these areas over here you want to keep. Always look to the left, support and resistance areas where they flip, and that's a nice one right there. Support resistance flip. I got a candle body over here. And I got a top wick that goes over there. There's a candle body over here. That's a great one right here. This is what I look for when I'm trying to nail a support resistance flip. Areas to the left where we're wicking down, but this is a good little area where I got a candle body here that ends and here touches. There's a wick that confirms that it couldn't get past that. So this is a very key level. Lock that little guy in. It didn't correspond with any fib that I have pulled right now, but I'm sure it does on a bigger look or a bigger measurement. So those are some great juicy targets, in my personal opinion, for radium, which should bounce from the area that it's at. 128% gains to 244, awesome. 195 to what is that, 302, and just coming back up to this area, which is it's got to get to. It's going to make it there eventually. 256% gains, and I just got out of my pool on radium, and I'm wondering, well, seeing this, maybe I should pool some Solana and radium together, or radium against tether. I mean, radium against tether over on I guess the Radium Exchange. Not a bad idea, in my personal opinion. Coming down, so we're on the weekly time frame. I want to look at the 4 hour just to see what it's doing. That's saying it's having a rough time, but man, this area is holding right here. So getting about $1 is pretty good for radium, in my personal opinion. She can dip down a little bit lower and might do it this weekend. You might actually see her get down to on this trend line, maybe about 95 cents. So we got a little bit of wiggle room to put in some good buy areas, in my personal opinion. But we're going to set out a trade on this one because this one looks juicy to me. I actually like this one. And I need my little trade set up. Long position, we'll try this. So we get in about $1-ish. Take it up to this high, and that is 3.78 risk reward. Not bad. You can definitely set a nice little tight stop loss. I would go under, see, if you're on the daily chart, I would go under that 100 moving average. About a 10% stop loss would be awesome. If you do that, I got 11%, 10% stop loss here. If it comes down to 89 cents, get out. Or again, if you're like me and the likelihood of it bouncing here is high, in my personal opinion, so I would be layering in. So where there's a stop loss, I would probably have an actual limit order there, and if I was putting an actual stop loss, I would have it a little bit lower. Just what I do. Doesn't mean you have to. Doesn't mean it'll work for you. Just seems to help me out. 13.6 to 1 risk reward ratio, 139% possible gains out of this, just to that Fibonacci 618 area where it should go up and get some rejection, with the possibility of going even much higher. Pretty dang good, in my personal opinion. Daily chart, I'm sharing this one. Let's go over to the trade setups one more time. Radium / USDT. Forgot my little dollar sign. The chart looks juicy. Great risk reward set up. Or layer in bits. All right, so we got take profit. 244. For about 139% gains, right? All right, we'll throw that one out there. Again, I'd like to put more information about trading them, but it's hard to do here. And our other request was Nano. We'll do that one. Haven't looked at this one in a long time. XNO is the ticker. Nano. Nice. Coming out of accumulation also seems to be flagging above it. Last time I looked at this guy was way over here. She's just been in accumulation. Saw this saying it's going to the downside, especially at that time of the year in a bear market. Yeah, you could always count on that. Right now you can. Right now we're breaking to the upside of these channels. That's how things kind of tip for us. Let you know we're in a bull market. Finally, gosh, the bear market was brutal. Okay, so we're flirting with getting out, kind of official. It falls back below here and accumulates and then pumps up above it. So it's trying to break out of the accumulation zone, which is the best place to get this if you're going to play this long term, is here or below. Currently $1.26, so the same thing. You can target all these fids because they just work out beautiful for support and resistance. 382 is also support and resistance over here. It makes a good target at 158 for short term. We can do that. However, with what it's showing me, it can do a lot more and should do a lot more. I would be focusing mostly right over here, about 222, 223 as a target, in my personal opinion. And expect a bigger rejection over there. So short term, going from 126 to 159, you can pick up a little bit. Your best opportunity would be to take that up. Ooh, 85% gains going up here to what, 222? Putting a stop loss beneath all this price action here. Makes a lower low, trades invalid. So stop loss, about 98 cents thereabouts. Take profit $1.59 from where we are now. So if we come down and go there, 32%, nothing. I mean, that's good. $100, you just made $33 on it. And, a short amount of time, it's not bad. You can't say it's bad. But 86% is better. I know you're greedy. That's not being greedy. That's just playing it smart. Don't see anything bad happening with trend lines. I see some good things there. I think this is a cool little setup. Let us do it and host this little guy. So JN, shout out, man. Good projects that look like they're getting ready to do something. Coming out of accumulation, so holding us for a longer term hold. Yeah. And don't forget about this area up here at 324. I mean, in $3. Just because we're not talking about it right now doesn't mean it's not on the table. I'm just giving you a good little take profit area. And eventually I will get to, come on. No, wrong one. There we go. Take a little picture of this guy or copy the link. Sometimes I'll include the pictures of the indicators. I'm not really going so much by the indicators here as I am price action. My indicators are there. I don't know if they're a distraction or not. If I don't have them there, I'll forget to look at them. It's not my first go-to, but they're there for confluence and help you see things you may not see. I don't think you should ever be dependent on your indicators. You should always be looking at price first. What are you doing, man? Dude. I have no idea what's going on right here. I'm just trying to, camera, copy link. All right, there we go. All right, let's paste you over here. Nano, or yeah, Nano. Actually looks good. An oldie but goodie. X and O. Nano. Not Nano, not Nana. Nana, give me a drink of water. I want some Kool-Aid, Nana. Nice setup as price breaks above accumulation zone. It works toward the 618 fib target of $2.23 for a possible, I'm just going to round up, 87% gain. All right, so we did that. Dave P says bonk request. Bonk was requested. Hey, thanks, Dave. Good looking out. I forgot that. It is at the very end of the stream. And I did not write it down on the piece of paper. I wrote down on the piece of paper last night, but that's not what I'm looking at. The ADD brain, if it's not there in front of us, it does not exist. Bonkers. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know if this was before or after. I cannot remember. Are we on the daily? Let's see what we got. Looks like we're ranging. She's been a minute. Bonk. Well, fib would probably be the best thing, but this trend line is important. Ichimoku Cloud's a little bit weird over here, getting a little thin and spindly. I don't, but I like it thick. Can drag us in there. I'd like to see that. If she flips to the green over here, that would be awesome. Sometimes I'm looking for them on the daily here. All right, so possibility this is being a bear trap, meaning number go up really high. If that plays out, that's what we want to see, is price to come up above here, retest that, and then shoot up to the sky like what it did over here. Can happen. Well, let's hope it does. The way the market's doing right now, it's more likely that that will happen than not. And let me make an argument for that. Let me make my case, and that's how you got to look at all this. All we're doing is taking our price action and maybe our indicators and things like that, and we're making a case like we're trying to take Donald Trump to court. You better get your facts straight, or we're taking Joe Biden, whichever. Get your facts straight, make an argument. This supports this argument. Look, you're moving averages, your big ones right here on the daily time frame. Huge time frame has more weight, right? Bad idea we lost that trend line, but great idea if we regain it. I'm talking hard, fast, parabolic action. 200 is up and to the left, slowly but surely. 100 also is. Price bounced off of it, said, hey man, we're good, let's go. The smaller moving averages here on the daily, turning around nice, or above the 9 moving average. They're starting to cross foolishly. It's got a little bit more work to do, but that should be what it figures out over the next few days as it tries to break up above here. It's wicked up here above here before. To be on the safe side, you just draw a trend line above the wicks. Of course, mapping it out on the bigger time frame, and then you can play it more effectively on the smaller time frames, just keeping all this information on the chart. Coming right under those candles is important to me, and getting a confirmed breakout would be awesome. So I'm liking that, just what I'm seeing there alone. Now we're taking the Fibonacci and we can get some more information here. Swing low to swing high. See where we're bouncing off of this area. If we pull it up to here, sometimes I like to see what we got going on. Just from where this move started to there, we're getting a bounce off the 786. Great bottom in place. We can take it all the way back to swing low, which I normally do, but I'm not getting as much confluence, meaning that we could probably find something that works a little bit better, which we did. so we can go by that. So pretty confident that that is our bottom area. Now I'm going to swing from swing low to, or swing high to swing low. And now we get our targets where we're going to face resistance as we go up. So for this area now, this would be the accumulation. So breaking out of, what is that, 1559.0000155.9 will be proof that we're out of accumulation. What accumulation pattern do we have here? We got an Adam and Eve. Possible. After it confirms, breaking out above the area we just talked about, will be confirmed. That does have a measured move. Which takes us pretty much right up to this 0.5 Fibonacci area. Meaning that makes a very good target with confluence. And then of course, let's just go with our 618 because it always comes into play. So some great targets right there. Shoot for on a swing trade. You guys realize you make more money on swing trades, right, than trying to day trade. I'm just saying, it's a lot less headache. And then if you wanted to use low leverage, like 2 to 3x, if you wanted to try to go into margin, either margin or some kind of perpetuals with low leverage, you can build it up better. Just throwing some ideas out there. So there we go. Bonk. If we get above here, and that's the key. Got to see price get up here, bounce. Then it could be doing some damage. 56% gains, 80% gains. And again, for me, I'm not so much into trading this, but I do have some of this, and I can pool it over on Radium while we're in this situation against the dollar. And as it goes up, I work that DeFi, baby. Work that DeFi. Great time, in my personal opinion, to set up that pool. May go back and put that in today. Thanks for bringing that up, because I wouldn't have paid attention to that. So cool. Bonk looks awesome. Sarah says, let's go over here. I got to find a different way to do all this stuff. Great analysis, tips, and entertainment. Hey, I like it. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate feedback, because I never really know how I'm being taken. I'm a little different, I'm finding, than a lot of these crypto guys. Kind of. I don't know. I'm joining your crew soon and doing the trade. Oh, cool. Doing the trade challenge. We'll be watching this video again this weekend. Thanks. Oh, cool. Because the more people out here tell me they want to do that trade challenge, the more I can focus on. And I think it's a great learning chance to do that. I mean, and seriously, once you can prove to yourself, you can take $100 to 200 repeatedly, and you take $100 to 1,000 repeatedly, and it takes time, but you learn so much on that process. So shout out to you, Sarah. That dessert. Hey, man. Because I'd really like to do some more streams kind of dedicated to that and just actual trading live, but I'm not yet sure how that's going to go over. But if you're using BitUnix, they did a little special thing for me. Using my link, they're giving out some bonuses and stuff over there, which, you know, I need to go check on right now. You go over to campaign, actually. There's a welcome bonuses and stuff. Go through all that. But you get rewards. And I know it seems like it's impossible. You know, once you reach 500, once you get $500,000 trading volume, you can get 10 whole dollars. Sounds crazy, but the trading volumes are cumulative. Every order you make, that all stacks up. To knock these numbers out is crazy. Thank God they don't compute taxes on trading volume, or we'd never see the light of day. So just what little trading I've done over there right now, I'm working on getting some of these bonuses, and I've got some bonus. You get some bonuses. They'll set you up with bonuses before, but I think I still got. Don't tell me down here. I still got a little bit of my bonus left that I got last time. So, BitUnix, I do like them. They're a growing exchange. They've been around for a while. They do offer the leverage and stuff. Use that responsibly. Do offer spot, and they're adding to the spot a lot. Getting more and more and more things over there. It's a good little exchange. I like it. I like the people behind it, and that's really what won me over to them. They didn't put pressure on me to do things I didn't like to do or feel comfortable doing. such as some of the trades I've posted recently from a certain exchange. All right, guys, this is what I got. I'll be back again tonight around 10:30, 11 o'clock. If you want to join me, we'll look at some more altcoins, see what's going on in the market, making our plans for the weekend. Personally, I'm taking profits right now. I'm peeling out things. Anything that I can moonbag, I'm doing that because we do have ups and downs. I want some dry powder. It's just time. It's just time for me to, say, hey, I put in the work. I need to start seeing some rewards. And the wife's wanting to do some stuff, and I need the money. It's time. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you again tonight. God bless each one of you. Keep God first in your life. That just makes life easier, man. Avoid all the craziness. God helps you do that. Appreciate you for hanging out with me. Take that little thing off. See you tonight, guys.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you